So today we're doing a voodoo doll, and to start this look I'm going to take some brown paint. This is the kind of paint that you mix with water. This is not the grease paint, and I'm just going to mix that with a little bit of white, and I'm going to put that all over the face. Technically, I guess a darker foundation will work, but the point of this is you don't want it to look like it is like super blended. You kind of want it to look patchy and not all blended as one. You know, it's so hard for me to say those words. So hard. I'm actually going to take some of this and just kind of stipple this on with this flat foundation brush up where you would normally like contour, and then I'm going to take a little bit and do that right on the hollows of the cheeks. You want this to be very messy and not blended at all, so it looks like I'm dirty. Pretty much looks like I'm dirty. Then I'm going to take some brown and white, and I'm making several different mixtures of the brown and white. Some are darker, some are pure white, some are more of like a flesh tone. You get the drift. So I'm just going to take that and just start doing lines. Literally, there's no rhyme or reason to these lines. I just want it to look like fabric. You don't even have to have your lines like all one straight line. As you can see on the face when we do the face portion, some of the lines are like completely disconnected. Then I'm going to go in and do the string, and then I'm going to have a needle connected at the end of that string. So I'm just making little areas where I'm going to have stitch marks where it kind of looks like the fabric is stitched back together. And of course, if you're going to do a voodoo doll, you want to have a heart, right? Because I'm pretty sure that's the whole reason for a voodoo doll, was when someone would get mad at someone. I mean, I'm not sure. I've never had one, but I think that's the reason you get a voodoo doll, is to try to inflict pain on somebody else. So I'm going to fill that heart in with red and just kind of let that set and dry while I work on the needle. So this needle is super simple. I thought it was going to be a lot harder than it was. Look how much I'm concentrating. I thought it was going to be a lot harder than it was, but it's not. It's easier to watch me paint it than it is to explain it. And then I'm going to fill that in with gray, and then I'm going to make the string look like it's going through the needle. And I realize that that tattoo is not helping the situation, okay? I realize that it's really hard to see. Then I'm just going to create some black stitches all over that. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the face quote-unquote fabric while we let all of what we just did on the chest and neck just kind of dry. So I'm just taking the white first, and then I'm going to go in with a little bit darker of a shade, and then I'm going to go in with a little bit darker than that. And then I took this brush, it's not a brush, it's like a sponge, and it has texture to it, and I just kind of ran that across the face. I wasn't filming it, or maybe the footage got deleted, I'm not sure, but I just kind of dipped that in some water and just kind of went across the face so that it looks more worn and weathered and so forth and so on. So now we're going to create our eyes. You can make these as big or as small as you want. You can make one way bigger than the other. It's totally up to you. You can make them any color. I was going to make them colored, but I decided to just go with black. So I went ahead and painted those on with paint, and then I filled it in with eyeshadow so that it's nice and pigmented. Then I'm going to go in and create our little stitching where it looks like the doll has been ripped apart and then sewn back together, and I'm creating a black line, and then I'm just kind of shading that out, and then I did a zigzag line on one side just to kind of break it up a little bit. If you wanted to do this, you could totally do the chin as well. I don't know why I didn't, to be completely and totally honest with you, but I didn't. So you can do the chin if you want to. It would probably bring the look together a little bit more. Then I'm just going to go in and highlight a little bit just because I want it to look really three-dimensional. So if you add highlight after you shade, of course it's going to make it look more three-dimensional. Then I'm going in with white body paint. I kind of mixed a little bit of brown in with the white so it looks more like a flesh tone color, like a light brown. There's a specific word I'm looking for, but I can't think of it. And I'm just going to create the stitches on thy face. Then I'm going to go in with that same body paint and mix a little bit of black with it, so it's a little bit more on the grayish side. And I'm going to go ahead and highlight all those stitches on the body that we previously did. And then I'm going to go ahead and highlight our button eyes. Just go ahead and highlight those wherever you feel necessary, wherever you pick your light source to be. And then I'm going to go in and just create the little 4 dots in the middle of the eyes, because that's where your string would go through. So it's just going to complete the whole button feel and look. Then I'm going in with gray eyeshadow, and I am shading in those stitches that we did on the face. Then I'm taking a black body paint and just the end of a makeup brush or craft brush, it really doesn't matter, just something round, and I'm going to create the holes where the stitches are coming out of. So you just dot that on the end of each stitch, and then I'm going to go ahead and pull that black through, just so it gives it, again, more depth, more dimension, more realism, and more awesome. Duh! So I just sped up this process for you, because if I literally had this playing in regular format, it would take you all day. So I seen a lot of YouTube videos, and they did the tops of their eye, and I thought it looked really funny. Like, I thought something was just missing. So I did the bottom. I just took black eyeshadow and ran that right on the bottom and kept that circular shape. And it looks a lot better when your eyes are closed, in my own personal opinion. Then I'm going to shade our heart, and I put red eyeshadow on top of the heart as well. And then I'm going to shade around the heart so it looks like the heart is lifting up out of your fabric or skin, whatever. Then I'm going to take the same light brown, white body paint, and I'm going to place stitches so it looks like it was torn off and then just kind of stitched back on. And then I'm going to take gray eyeshadow once again and shade those in, and then again I'm going to do the dots so that it looks like the stitches are coming out and going into the skin. I'm extremely tired, so please excuse my lackadaisicalness. Then I just shaded those with the black. I just pulled the black through like I did on the other ones. Then of course you have to create your pins. So what I did was I just took a circular small dome brush and I put red on it, obviously, and then I just created the pin coming out from there. And I also did one that I didn't film, but it is in the center of the heart right there, you can see, and it has a gray needle point, and I really like that a lot better. So please subscribe, please like, there's more videos coming your way. Please comment down below what you'd like to see, because I want to know what you want to see. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye guys.